Oh, hey guys, and welcome to the cursed sketchbook. I feel so bad for the sketchbook. Okay, hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, to this video. So for today, we're going to do some journaling, and we're going to do some fake travel journal of trips that I did not go on. And I thought I would capture the feeling of those fake trips in the Spirit Atlas. I created this journal and I restarted and started again of this journal. I ripped out pages. I didn't know how to make pretty pages, and finally I took a Skillshare class that helped me with that, to use photos and my art and drawing as well, which also now when I say these fake travels, I edit these photos to make it look like the real life, and everything, and I like to do it in a sketchbook, and I call it my ghost hunting investigations, which is, I did the field notes, and I have, let's see here, several field notes that I could fill, and I'm really excited for these. And I just finished my first one of my ghost hunting travel log of, of these creative, what I call like creative journaling. You'll know what I mean. But I say that because, yeah, I'm just very excited for this. And I'm growing at second medium, and here is volume 1. And here's the thing, you can make fake dates. You can have it set anytime you want to. Like, I put this at March 26th, even though it is June 2026. I don't care. But I'm really excited. So, here's a trip to the dinosaur museum. Let's see here. I just wrote notes and what I was feeling. And by the way, I made these up. These are not real. So, some notes. I'm practicing bigger handwriting here. And you can pause it if you want to read it. The fake trip. But this is mainly the reason I'm doing this, because I've always dreamed of traveling. But my anxiety, the money, and blah, 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 is prohibiting me to do so. I wanted to preference by saying that. So, this is just, in the long run, this is just me practicing as if I was traveling. There's the wording for that. So, I'm just going to flip through this journal real quick, and it took me a couple of days to finish it. Disney Cruise. So, yeah. I'm really excited for this because I feel like I'm actually at the place as I'm doing these entries, and yeah, so yeah. Convenience store. And I call these my ghost files. Matcha. I probably can't drink this in real life because it has a lot of vitamin K in it, but I put it in there anyways. So yeah. Steak. Here's when I took the Skillshare class and the page is falling apart. I learned a lot about photo layouts, and I was really excited how to make your pages pretty. Here's an aquarium. I did actually go to an aquarium in real life. Not this aquarium in particular, but the one in North Carolina. A long time ago. So, that was really fun. And this is when I drew the shark. Yeah. So, I only have about 2 pages, and I'm calling it done because my pages are falling out. But I love these still notebooks because they're fast to finish. Now, when it comes to the Spirit Atlas, I didn't know what to do with the sketchbook. And I didn't know how to start it. I didn't know how to make pretty pages. I'm using the evidence of ripping out the pages. Yeah, this book's been through it, and I felt so bad for it. And I call it cursed because I kept restarting. And like you see here, like I would try to make it look pretty with markers, and it just wasn't working out until I did these threads right here. and welcome to Washington. I actually drew that thing, and I was very proud of it, and I did it in watercolor. Oh, I wanted to show you also my new watercolor palette I got from Amazon. And before you ask, what brand is it? I forgot. So, I forgot what the brand is of this. So please don't ask what brand it is. I don't know. But it comes with a little paintbrush that I don't use, but I just really like to use paint. And this is a simple color palette I like to use. It has all the colors you need. And obviously you can mix the colors, but look how compact it is. And then I have a water brush. This is the best thing that ever happened to me. I've always loved them, but I didn't know how to use them properly until I started using them and followed a few tutorials on YouTube. And yeah, so let's go back to the sketchbook here. So this is when I'm going to preface by saying I did some bars here, windows. I was learning about layouts here, and I learned how to incorporate drawings with the photos, as you see here. Here's just a photo spread collage of a bus trip. And then this is one of my favorite spreads I've done in the sketchbook so far. And I learned how to do frames and grids and Canva. And on this trip, I had visited like a shop. Not really, but you know, one can dream. Here's a Japan trip in Tokyo, and I saw a koi spirit in my mind's eye. So I drew the koi spirit here, and her brother and father, and some buildings, and Mount Fuji, her family here, and a cherry blossom tree. I love this spread right here. I was winging it, and I loved it. So here's an Ireland trip. Yeah, so and I learned to do frames and Canva, and Canva's amazing because you can have a print feature, and you can just print from Canva now. So they didn't have it before, and they finally got it. So that was, I put Ireland on top here for a heading. And then here is when I, fake quote, went to Switzerland. You got me petting the animals here with the mountain in the background, and then it got me journaling and drawing by the mountains. I still am pretty cold here because of the way I bundled up, but okay, our airport, and of course the map, and then we'll go over how I journal with tips and tricks and stuff like that. I wanted to show you, this is the spread that I have done without the journaling. This was before I learned everything about graphic design and layout and stuff. But you can tell here that my paint, and I even used the marker bleeder as colors, like blushes, for the background. And I did not let that stop me to create this spread. And I'm really excited how I did that. So, yeah, and then here I could always go back and cover the drawings if I wanted to. But, you know what, I was learning, and I don't want to cover my mistakes up of just drawing. But I can easily turn this into a spread of like a place that I wanted to go to. So here's how I do it. I usually like to imagine, okay, I usually like to ask, what trip do I want to go on next? And I usually am pretty good at finding photos and whatnot, and create photos of the trip and call it good. And I usually use frames and Canva. Now, before you ask how I create the pages and whatnot, I'm not going to tell you that secret. If you've been on this channel for a while, that you'll know what I use, but side note there. I'm really proud of these, and here's the Daily Ghost Hunt. And I usually like to call these pages my ghost hunting investigations, even though I don't go on ghost hunts. But yeah, I hope you guys liked today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll go over to the voiceover and such. And I'm really proud of this, but I keep showing it and everything. I'm going to start a new sketchbook because I finished my field sketchbook, and I have to choose. I have the Grand Canyon, I have Grand Teton National Park, I have Joshua Tree, I have Mount Rainier, and I can't pronounce that, Arches National Park. And yeah, so I have these to choose from. If you have any questions or anything like that, let me know down in the comments down below. And I hope you guys like today's video. It's different, it's journaling, it's creativity, and yeah. So anyways, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I will see you guys in the next one. So lately I've enjoyed these Ghost Hunt travel journals from home. And honestly, it has changed everything for me. I'll pick a pretty place like Switzerland, Ireland, Japan, or an aquarium, and then I treat it like a second field trip. I'll use photos, drawings, notes, and my mind's eye to fill the page like I actually traveled there. And the wild part is, it really does feel like I'm going on these trips, not physically, but creatively and intuitively. I'm letting my imagination, clairvoyance, and mediumship practice work together. I've also had many psychic hits, as even when I didn't go on these trips. I write down psychic hits, their impressions, little details I notice, and what the location feels like energetically. Sometimes I'll add animals, coffee shops, trains, airports, mountains, or tiny little moments that make the trip feel real. These pages are not about being perfect. They're about exploring, no pun intended, processing my gifts, and letting myself feel like a spiritual investigator like in my own notebook. So with that being said, it's like travel journaling, ghost hunting, and psychic development all mixed together. And honestly, it makes me feel like I could go anywhere and not even leaving home. And that's the beauty of this project. It can take me anywhere I want to go. It can take me exploring and wherever I intended to. Now, the reason why this is the cursed sketchbook is because I kept restarting and stopping pages. And I got very frustrated, so frustrated I ripped out a few pages I just saw at the beginning of the evidence that was left over. I hope you guys liked today's video. It's a little bit different than what I usually do, feature only pages. And it allows me to travel to my heart's content. And I'm not hurting anyone, so please be nice in the comments down below. And I hope you guys like it. And you can do this too at home. Feel free, share me your pages on Instagram. Show me it's email Anna08 on Instagram, TikTok, AnnaDixon2021. And I've been posting lots of shorts lately, so go check those out. If you want shorts. I hope you guys liked today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what your favorite pages. Yeah.
Racing my own thoughts into the silence, seeking the guidance I forgot. It's somewhere lost, lost to the cages, cages of chaos I forgot. Somewhere it must be written, I just lost my access to the map. Somewhere love had bitten, I chased the apple and realized can't let it go. Baby, it's a losing game, and I know that I'm to blame. I crossed the ocean and lost myself below. I owe this to myself to stay in the deep end, finally face to face with truth. How about you? Can you handle the riptide? Won't help from the shoreline. What's the use? Somewhere it must be written, I just lost my access to the map. Somewhere love had into the silence, seeking